What's up? It's pretty early in the morning right now. The World Cup final is tomorrow, and my flight's at 10 a.m. And our dryer is broken, so I somehow have to figure out how to dry my clothes and pack all before then. Wish me luck.
What's up, y'all? So I am going to the World Cup final. I had no idea until 2 days ago. My dad texted me, would you be down to go? I told him I just wanted to work Monday, and I had no interest at all. Obviously I said yes, and so I panicked, and I was like, fuck, I have 2 days to figure this out. So I went and got a haircut. I had longer hair. My hair was like down to here. I got my beard lined up for the first time. That was pretty cool. And I went and got like a jersey. I think I'm gonna be rooting for Spain just because Messi's already won, and I think their fans are not nice people. So that's why I'm rooting for Spain. España. I'm just waiting on the Uber to come get me. It looks like my flight's been delayed. So it's got pushed back an hour. I'm a little worried it's going to be pushed back even more because of the thunderstorms on the East Coast right now. So fingers crossed it doesn't. I know my dad's flying out of LAX, so I know his flight's already been delayed like 3 hours. Yeah, just fingers crossed it works out. Anyways. What's up, y'all? It's been a long 2 days. It's been a long 2 days. Basically, we're here, and that's what matters. We're in the hotel, and we have a great view, and everything's okay. But the game's over. It's nighttime. I leave tomorrow. Unfortunately, I did not catch a lot of the in-between because it was hectic. It was chaotic. But it was all still cool. It was just super chaotic. A lot of things went wrong. Which is unfortunate. On the flight over here, my carry-on got gate checked, which is ridiculous because there was plenty of room on the plane. I totally could have fit my luggage, But then this is where the real trouble started. Was they told us we would have to wait because there was severe weather out in Newark the day we were arriving, or the night that we were arriving. Because my dad was flying from LAX, I was flying from SFO, and he was probably like an hour or two behind me. They were like, okay, we have to reroute you guys to DC. So we ended up landing in DC the day before the World Cup, or I landed in DC, and my dad ended up being rerouted to Chicago, the O'Hare Airport. So, given that conundrum, we just kind of panicked. My dad went through hundreds of different flights and airlines and all that stuff, or like not even trying to get to Newark, but just like could he land in Washington D.C. with me, or could he go over to Philadelphia? Could he go to Boston? Could he go to any of these other places? He couldn't get anything. Everything was booked. Everyone got rerouted. He ended up having to come home, which really sucks. So he wasn't able to join me on this trip to the World Cup. I feel like it's almost a bit of a curse at this point. Whenever we try to go to a sporting event, just us two, it always doesn't work. We tried to go to a Lakers game a couple years back. He couldn't do it last second because he had to like travel for work. And then at least for me, they gave me the hotel and food voucher, but they did not reroute me until like midnight. And so I was going to be on a 10 a.m. flight to Newark, which I was a little worried about because it was cutting it close. The game started at 3 and they want you to get there at 11. If I landed at 11:30, and I have to worry about getting to the hotel and then getting ready to go out here or go to the game. And I just wanted to be there for the whole thing. But anyways, I get off the plane in DC. I was talking with some of the people next to me. There was 2 others who were going to the game. We had the bright idea. We're like, why don't we just split an Uber 3 ways? And we'll just fuck it. Go from DC to Newark that night. Get there like 1 in the morning, 2 in the morning. But because my bag was gate checked, I had to wait for my bag. Shocker, never came. So like we all just went our own ways. And sorry, I thought I had a burp. We waited 4 hours, and then the line to talk to the United Airlines baggage claim, lost and found or whatever it was so long. It went from here, imagine you are the baggage claim area. It went so far back, it went all the way out the door on the other side of the airport. It was probably 300 people long at any given time that night. And I eventually had to get in that line, and I sat in it for basically 2 hours. I got to the front of the line at maybe 2:10. I was like, hey, listen, where's my fucking bag? Where's my bag? And the lady was just like, yeah, if you want to get your bag here in the DC airport, it could take up to 5 or more hours. And given my rerouted flight at 10 in the morning, she kind of advised, she was just like, don't do that. Don't ask to get it here. It's already going to be rerouted automatically. I was like, okay, fine. But then she was nice enough to be like, hey, let me see what I can do about getting your bag on your flight. And she figured it out, which was super nice. And then from there, at this point, it's 2:30 in the morning. I don't know what to do. I claimed the voucher for the hotel, but I was like, dude, I don't want to go to a hotel. Like, I'd literally just be going there. I'd get there at 3:30 in the morning, wake up in 4 hours, and then have to Uber back. And I was just against that. Like, I don't know why, but I was. So what I ended up doing was I just went to my gate for the next flight and slept there. And by the way, the airport was packed with people. Everyone got diverted. There was people sleeping everywhere. All the chairs were taken up. People were sleeping on the floor. I managed to get a row of chairs next to my gate, and I just tried to sleep. I got maybe an hour and a half of sleep that night. And then everything seemed fine. I get on the 10 a.m. flight. I noticed we were sat at the gate for a little long. And I was just like, why? Turns out that they had way too many bags on there because they had to transfer all the bags from the rerouted flights of last night over to Newark. Not just my own. Like, I'm telling you, there was hundreds of bags. And so they had too many bags on the plane, so they had to take some off. And then they're like, all right, we're good to go. We leave the gate. This is probably, at this point, it's like 10:45. We're already past the time we were supposed to leave. We're taxiing over to the runway, and then we park. We just pull off to the side and park. We sit there for another hour and a half. And they finally tell us at the end of it, they're like, yeah, we had to go back and recount every single bag. Bro, I will choke you. Homer Simpson style. What do you mean? You had to recount every single bag? That's something you should have done the first time. That's something you're supposed to do the first time. Anyways, and then they're like, all right, guys, we recounted all the bags. We'll leave in 20 minutes. Why not leave now? So we didn't leave until 11:45 a.m. and the game's at 3. The gates opened at 11. So I'm like, bro, like, I'm fucked. I don't know how it's gonna work out because I still need to get my bag when I land, and then I have to go to the hotel, finally check into the hotel I was supposed to check into last night, and then go to the game, and I have to do that with all in 2 hours or so. We land, it's 12:30, but we don't actually get off the plane until 12:50. And so I finally get my bag probably around 1:10. Uber to the hotel. It was like 50 minutes to go 5 miles or something stupid. But it's an amazing hotel, and I'm going to show you guys the views in a second because they're spectacular. And then get to the hotel. I was like, all right, I'm gonna schedule a lift for 2:40. I got to the hotel at 2:20. I was like, all right, really quick, little spritz, little something, little jewelry. And I head over, get in the car. Of course, there's some bullshit. There's always some bullshit. Like cops, the amount of cops and security and state troopers and Secret Service was insane, bro. I don't like the guy. For the fact that he came and fucked up the game that much with his presence, he's ruining it for others. He ruined it for me. I could have got in so much quicker if it wasn't for him. So fuck Trump. Anyways, I get dropped off at the Uber area around 3:15, so I'm late to the game. Not to mention the Uber driver got lost like 4 times. And I don't know if any of you guys are familiar with how it works at MetLife Stadium, but basically there's MetLife Stadium, and then there's a horse track on the north side of it. And then they make you walk around the horse track, past the stadium, cross a highway, take a walking bridge back toward the stadium, and then you think, oh, I'm in the stadium now. No, they make you walk around the stadium to get into the stadium, and then my seats were on the other side of the stadium. I spent 30 minutes walking. I ran. And sorry if everyone else was nonchalant and didn't want to run. It's the World Cup, bro. Fuck the nonchalant shit. I'm running. Are you kidding me? I'm already late because I got screwed over by like my flights and all this bullshit that's happened. I'm running to the World Cup. Fuck all that walking because I'm walking. I'm not gonna be seen running. What the fuck? Sorry, anyways. I get in at halftime. I missed a little bit of the halftime show. I didn't get to see I Show Speed, but I saw Justin Bieber. I saw Shakira. I saw, I don't know if it's BTS. Then it was cool. I just grabbed a beer and I was like, all right, let me just chill. And I had really great seats. They were close to the pitch. And like, if I shouted, the players could hear me if it was quiet. And it was cool because there were so many more Argentina fans than Spaniard fans. I don't know. Anyways. So it was cool in the sense that like I found a little pocket of Spain fans.
near my seats. And I think the Spain fans were better. Even though there was less Spain fans, I think they did a better job of being loud, of being alive. The Argentina fans were more like Messi fans. You know what I mean? I was getting into it. I was yelling Lamine's name. I was like, Lamine, Lamine, when it was quiet, just so he could hear me. Just so I know, like, I don't know why, but just so I know that he heard me. He knows I'm there. That's what matters. Is that he knows I exist. I'm joking. But it was super cool. It's gonna sound crazy. It is crazy. That my first official like football match was the World Cup final. That's insane. I don't deserve to go to the World Cup because I'm not a football fan. There's so many more people that deserve to go to the World Cup because they bleed for their team, they're passionate for their team, they love their team, and I completely agree with that sentiment. There's 100% a little boy or girl out there who is in love with the Spain team or the Argentina team who deserve to go to that game more than me. I just think it's interesting that the first football match I ever go to is the World Cup, and it's with like Lionel Messi. Probably his last World Cup. That's just an insane thought to think of. It does inspire me a little bit, not even a little bit, I'd say a good amount, to get into football. So far, the player I'm leaning most towards is either Jude Bellingham or there's the defender on the Spain team. He's number 22. I forget his name, but yeah, it was a great game, I feel like. And it was super fun. And anyways, let's get to the views. This was the fit. So I picked up this jersey back in San Jose. And it's a Lamine Yamal jersey. Just so you guys see. Boom, boom, boom. And I just have some Carhartt pants on. And I got some New Balances. I think it works. And I got a little sun chain and got some gold jewelry. All together, I think that works. And we got the little sofa area over here. It's a cool little retro vibe to the place, which is neat for visual appeal, but sitting on these couches is not as fun as you think it would be. And if we go out here, we have a balcony. I mean, it's just great views. Look at these views, bro. Absolutely gorgeous. And it's still hella busy down there. You can see there's hella people walking around. New York is different. Everyone would be asleep by this time. It's so interesting that this literally like the city's still alive. Anyways, y'all, that's gonna be it for me because I'm still only on 2 hours of sleep and I need to go to bed because I got a flight tomorrow at 2 p.m.